For those of you that this word is for, God is about to restore the years that the locusts have stolen. And it will not just be as if he is restoring to you double, triple, or even quadruple. God is going to restore to you exponentially. I'm going to try to explain what that means, even though I'm not a mathematician. Okay. You guys, I was out taking a walk. It's the end of a long day, and I still have a lot of work to get done, and I probably look tired and sound tired, but I wanted to record this while it was fresh on my brain. So I was out taking a walk, and God has been confirming that scripture to me for quite a while. I'll link it in the description of the video. It's in Joel chapter 2, and I don't remember the exact verse, but I'll link it in the description. And it basically says that God will restore the years that the locusts have eaten. And so this word is for you if a bunch of things, not all prophecy is for everybody. And a lot of times prophecy is conditional, believe it or not. And so if you have gone through a wilderness season, especially a long wilderness season, and let me define a wilderness season. Just because you've gone through a lot of hard times and it seems like it's been a long time or it's been a long years, that's not what defines a wilderness season. A true wilderness season that God has taken you through is a season of pruning. It is a season of where God draws you into intimacy with him. A lot of times he does not isolate you, but he does separate you from, he's often will separate you from all kinds of things that are in your comfort zone, and he takes those comforts away. It is often a season where he heals you from a lot of past trauma. It is definitely a season where he reveals our true character and nature to us, and he recreates the image and nature and likeness of Christ in us. And to do that, he kind of has to show us ourselves for who we are, but he does it in such a loving way. Like God is not, he's not trying to beat you over the head or anything like that. Okay. So just because, if you've had like a lot of harsh seasons in your life and you're like, yes, this word is for me. This word is for you if and only if the other things have happened too. Because just because you've gone through a long, hard season does not mean that God has done the preparation work in you that is necessary for the elevation and the expansion that he wants to release into your life. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. Okay. But those of you that have walked through a wilderness season with God, where God has kind of pulled you away from a lot of things and people and relationships and that were once your comfort zone, and you've had to learn to sit in the uncomfortability with God and learn of him, learn his ways. You know, his ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. If you've gone through a wilderness season with the Lord where he has drawn you into his presence over and over again, you have fallen in love with Jesus all over again, and the intimacy that you've experienced with him in that season almost cannot compare with some of the hardships and even some of the heartaches that you've experienced in that season. And if you've gone through a wilderness season with God where he has healed you from a lot of past trauma, he has resolved a lot of those things in your heart, and you're no longer carrying them as bitter wounds, and you feel like God has been telling you either you feel like you have just exited that season, or you feel like you're about to exit that season, or whichever way, like you feel like you're coming out of it now, or you're about to come out of it now, or you're on the brink of coming out of it now, however that applies to you. While I was out taking a walk, the Lord reminded me of the scripture in Joel where it says that he will restore to us the years that the locusts have eaten. And what God showed me was just, I'm hoping that I can articulate it well. So in the life of Job, God restored double of what he lost. Like he had 10 children, and you know, they all died. And then when God restored all of Job's riches and everything, do you know his wife had to have 20 more children? I think that was God. I won't even go there. Anyway, God restored like double. He restored to Job double of his wealth and riches and family and just everything, right? That is small cakes. That is like what's the word I want to say? That is like child's play to what God is about to do in your life if this word is for you. So what God was showing me was that the restoration that God is about to bring into so many different people's lives who have entered that season of allowing God to just really remake them from the ground up. And God is about to release them into literally prophetic destiny. God is about to completely release them into everything and anything that has been his assignment on their lives to do and to be. The restoration that I was seeing could only be described as exponential. Now, I'm not a mathematician by trade. Before I became an entrepreneur, I've been a dance teacher and a choreographer my whole life. And I always say I can only count to 8 and I start at 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's supposed to be a funny dance teacher joke. Anyway, when something is said to have exponential growth, you have to understand exponents. And if you don't know what that means, Google it, because I'm probably not that great at explaining it. But if you understand the principle of compound interest, if you understand the principle in the banking system of building compound interest, then you will understand what I'm saying when God says that he is going to cause you to grow and expand exponentially. That the restoration that God is bringing into your life is so far beyond double, triple, quadruple restoration. It's like quadruple restoration to the 10th degree or the 100th exponent, or I'm probably not saying it right, but I'm hoping that you're kind of getting the picture. So I guess that's it. I just wanted to affirm that what God is about to do in your life is nothing short of miraculous. And he wants you to know that the wait will be worth it. The wait will be worth it, and the quality and the preciousness of the oil that has been produced in your life in these past seasons. It is so far beyond, comprehension and articulation. The pressing that you have gone through in the secret place with God, the wrestling with God, and the wrestling with many of you have been set free from generational curses and generational strongholds, and some of you have even battled the lingering effects of past addictions and just all kinds of things that that maybe were once part of your life, but in this last long season, God has really delivered and set you free, but you've had to press through. You've had to press through for the deliverance. You've had to press through. And I'm just what's the word? I'm just testifying and confirming that the wait will be worth it, that the restoration is so far beyond your comprehension. What is it? God will do exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ever ask, think, or imagine. When I say you cannot imagine what God is about to release you into, it's just beyond comprehension. So, all right, that's all. You guys, I'm really tired, so I'm going to close down this video. I'm not even going to pray for y'all today. Just take the word, and if this applies to you, then apply it to you. But I want you to understand that this word, I don't know why I keep driving this home. This word is meant for those of you who have gone through a true wilderness season. Many of us have experienced many long, hard seasons of life, but they haven't been true wilderness experiences with the Lord. Because if you haven't come out like completely changed, like a completely different person, then you've just gone through hard seasons in life. That's not necessarily the wilderness. I'm not making light of it. I'm just saying. And then a lot of times the reason why we will find ourselves circling around the same type of harsh seasons that has not really produced any significant change in our life is because we're just living in the cyclical patterns of past trauma that hasn't been healed. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. All right. Mwah. I love you guys. Have a good night. And whenever I post this, I pray that it'll be a blessing to y'all. All right. Bye.